Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Astrodology with Astrid. This topic is neat because, again, I'm continuing down the path. We're headed towards spring, and I couldn't be more happy because it is the astrological new year, and we're starting with Aries. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. So on March 19th, we will start our new astrological new year, which for many folks is truly the new year. It's almost like January and February are truly still part of winter and the dark, colder time. And now the seeds that we've planted will start to sprout. So I titled this one, Joy, Time to Spring Towards It. So this message is, I have about 4 or 5 different sources that I pull from that have this thought of what joy is and what it's about. So the first quote is from Richard Wagner. Joy is not in things, it is in us. People need joy quite as much as clothing. Some of them need it far more, says Margaret Collier Graham. Decide to bring more joy into your life. And just like that, we have the power to choose and make choices. This is a season of fresh, new, and light. Energetically, it's a great time to start creating more joy. Joy, like many other wonderful energies in life, has to be pruned, fertilized, watered, and given light in order to grow. The things that rob us of joy are our feelings of lack, unease, discontentment, and tension. These all rob us from being joyful. If you stand in the present moment, it will help us see the joy in each situation. Eckhart Tolle says, when challenges come, as they always do, make it a habit to go within at once and focus as much as you can on the inner energy field of your body. Our bodies, you see, are magnificent tools that can help us see joy and beauty in each moment. As you move through your day and you move through a yoga practice or a mindful meditation walk, wherever you are, you start to see if you can feel the joy in each of your steps. Just the joy of being alive, being able to step one foot in front of the other, or if you're on your yoga mat, in each and every posture. When we move with the breath and we stay committed to the present moment, it allows us to calm down and we begin to feel the joy inside of our muscles that's just dying and wanting to come forth. This statement is from Frederick and Mary Ann Broussard. This great statement sums it up. Life is not meant to be endured. It is meant to be enjoyed. So Frederick, and Mary Ann Broussard have something they call a spiritual prescription. And they say the following. Joy is an essential spiritual practice growing out of beauty, faith, grace, gratitude, hope, and love. It is the pure and simple delight in being alive. Joy is our elated response to feelings of happiness, experiences of pleasure, and awareness of abundance. It is also the deep satisfaction we know when we are able to serve others and be glad for their good fortune. Invite joy into your life by staging celebrations. Host festivities to mark transitions and changes in your life. Toast moments of happiness you notice through your day. Dance, jump for joy as often as possible. Life is not meant to be endured. Catherine Ponder says, if people only knew the healing power of laughter and joy, many of our fine doctors would be out of business. Joy is one of nature's greatest medicines. Joy is always healthy. A pleasant state of mind tends to bring abnormal conditions back to normal. This next thought is from Karen Casey, Casey. Feeling joy may not come naturally to most of us most of the time. We may in fact have to act as if with great effort. We may not even recognize genuine joy in the beginning. And a technique for finding it is living fully in the present with gratitude for all we can see, touch, and feel. The open and honest expression of gratitude for the presence of ones closest to us now creates a rush within our breasts, a rush that will be shared by our friends too. Joy is contagious. Joy is freeing. Joy brings into focus our distorted perceptions. Greeting life with joy alters every experience for us and for those we share with it. Suffering is merely that high, intense clarity of thought and emotion which forces you to recognize things as they are. But this does not mean acceptance or resignation. When you see things as they are in the mirror of truth, which is intelligence, then there is joy and ecstasy in that there is no duality, no sense of loss, no division. Oprah Winfrey, from her What I Know For Sure column, and this is from 2004, her What I Know For Sure column. During a series of birthday celebrations I've been to this year, mine in January, John Travolta's in February, and Quincy Jones's in March, I partied till 7 a.m., laughed and danced and drank tequila like I was 21. I'd never considered myself a party person. Just ask Quincy. He knows I have a well-earned reputation for being the first one to leave in any event. Even on New Year's Eve, I'm home before midnight. But this year, I decided to open up a little and stretch out. I've had so much fun. I've decided I want more joy in my life, so I'm creating something delightful to celebrate every month. Be it having friends over for dinner or picnicking on the porch with Stepman and the dogs, Sophie and Solomon. I'm laughing more these days, head thrown back, knee slapping kind of laughter. So many uncontrollable, terrible things are happening all around us. The least and most each of us can do is make sure we release something good into the universe regularly. I know for sure that goodwill is reciprocated. And listen how timeless that message is. That is from 2004, and here we are in 2024. And as she said, there are so many uncontrollable, terrible things that are still happening, unfortunately. Emily Dickinson said, that this will never come again is what makes life so sweet. John McAfee, joy is contagious or spontaneous. It is the result of meeting with each moment of life afresh and new, with no expectations, preconceptions, or judgments. No desire to cling to, repeat, or capture the moment. Joy happens when we allow life to unfold in its natural course. Joy and pleasure oppose one another. Joy is unplanned, pleasure is contrived. Joy is uninvited. Pleasure is pursued. Joy is of the moment. Pleasure requires continuity. In joy, we have no sense of ego. In pleasure, the ego is all that exists. It is natural of the ego to transform joy into pleasure. We experience joy when the ego momentarily forgets itself, when we are for a brief moment aware. We see, for example, the exquisite beauty of a rainbow, and we lose ourselves in the joy of that beauty. The ego then wants to repeat the experience, to see more rainbows, to have more joy. But the eternal present is in constant motion, and there is no more of anything. In the quest for more, we abandon the present and seek gratification in some future moment. Thus, abandon joy and begin the desire, pleasure, which is always in the future. Osho, joy is the antidote to all fear. Fear comes if you don't enjoy life. If you enjoy life, fear disappears. Be positive and enjoy more, laugh more, dance more, sing more. Become more and more cheerful, enthusiastic about small things, even very small things. Life consists of small things, but if you can bring the quality of cheerfulness to small things, the total will be tremendous. So don't wait for anything great to happen. It only happens when you start living small, ordinary, day-to-day things with a new mind, with new freshness, with new vitality, with new enthusiasm. Then, by and by, you accumulate, and that accumulation one day explodes into sheer joy. Wow, I love that. I felt very joyful just even reading about those thoughts. So joy is not in things, it is in us, said Richard Wagner. People need joy quite as much as clothing. Some of them actually need it more, says Margaret Collier Graham. So it's a decision. We make a choice to bring joy into our life. And honestly, just like that, with a snap of a thought, a shift, a next breath, we have the power to choose to make different choices. And like everything in life, we have to practice. We have to practice being joyful, because so many things have happened definitely in these last several years, and it has put us cautiously hopeful. I think the word is, we're cautiously hopeful. We always have that caution, but sometimes, like it said, nothing replaces a good deep belly laugh and just enjoying life. So I hope you found value in this episode of Astrodology with Astrid. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess, COTALIFE Goddess. And there I do different content. I do lives for the new moon and the full moon, and you can catch the energy medicine talks there as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful entry into this new spring season of change. Namaste. Thank you for listening to Astrodology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at CodaLife.com. Coda is COTA, Coda Life Goddess or CodaLife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrodology, and I'll see you next time.